Welcome to another episode of Dogman Stories with your host, Amanda Lawson. Tonight's encounter is out of Charlotte, North Carolina. This lady wished to remain anonymous, so I'm going to call her Shelly Myers. This is Shelly's encounter. I was riding down a dirt road and all of a sudden something ran into the side of my car. What the hell? So I got out to inspect what I hit or what hit me. And there it was, running on two legs down the road towards me. I jumped into my car, started it, and started to take off, and there it was at my driver's side window, running its paws or fingers across my window. Then it started licking my window. What the hell is it doing? What seemed like probably an hour was only about 5 minutes. And all of a sudden it howled. This god-awful howl. It vibrated my insides. I hit the gas, spit in the gravel, going 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. The thing chased me for a mile or two. All I know is it was a dogman or a werewolf. I know what I saw. It was what I saw. I will never go back down that road again, ever. I'm sure that thing is still there. What amazed me the most, when I took off, the thing actually ran right beside me for about a minute, and I was up to 60 miles per hour, and it was right with me. Weird, right? Encounter number 2. Asheville, North Carolina encounter. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, all was silent. The night was dark, snow steadily falling, and big flakes outside. There was probably about 10 inches on the ground already, with more to come. I was alone in the living room. Everyone was asleep. I sat there watching TV and putting together toys and wrapping up all the ones from Santa. All of a sudden, I got an eerie feeling. So I quietened down with the paper and muted the TV. I listened for a moment and nothing was heard. So I turned the TV back up. Then there it was. Footsteps. Quick steps, as if a child had woke up knowing it was Christmas and trying to rush to the living room. So I quickly turned towards the hallway to stop them from entering so they would not see any of the presents. Only no one was there. I thought to myself, I know I heard footsteps. Again, the footsteps happened. Again, they were close, but I didn't realize where they were coming from. So I got up, walked towards my bedroom, and in the hallway next to my room there was a shelf. Of course, trying to be quiet, I hit it, making a loud bang. There they started again, only this time it sounded as if it was running towards me. I looked around. Nothing had moved. Lights were on, and then it dawned on me. The roof. Someone is on the roof. What in the world? I thought to myself. Am I crazy? It must be my cats. Sometimes my cats get on the roof. Why? I don't know. They just do. But I don't even hear them when they're up there, and there's 8 of them. This was heavy. I could tell by the sound of the steps. I woke my husband up and told him. He said it was the cats. So I took a broom and hit the ceiling. Again, it sounded as if it ran over, loud as hell. We looked at each other. and I sat there and listened for maybe 10 minutes as it slowly walked around the roof. You could tell it was just slowly walking around up there, as if they were checking out the Christmas lights that we had put up earlier that day. Apparently, we left the ladder up against the house, so maybe some teenager is up there playing a joke trying to make us think Santa's on the roof. My husband and I got our winter gear on, got flashlights, turned all the outside lights on. Our floodlights can be set off by motion and by remote, so we grabbed the remotes and lit the yard up. I bet 2 acres of land was lit up as if it was daylight. By this time, whoever was on the roof was panicking, as if they knew someone was getting ready to come out and catch them. You could hear them running back and forth across the entire roof. I noticed the sounds seemed as if they were on the edge, as if they were looking for a way down, not thinking about going back down the ladder. Our roof was about 30 feet from the ground. It was a 2-story house with a basement, and on one side had the basement exposed above ground, so it was a very high jump down. Our deck was about 15 feet from the roof because our home was a split level. So the kitchen and living room were upstairs, and the bedrooms and the main living room were downstairs. Odd, I know, but it's beautiful. Our deck is off of the kitchen in the back. It's about 20 by 25 feet. Huge for us, but it's wonderful. We have paused and listened to see where it was. We noticed it seemed to be standing over the kitchen. So we had passed through the kitchen and we were standing at the back door in the laundry room. Hand on the doorknob, half a turn in on the doorknob, then bam! It had jumped down onto the deck. This person in a big-ass black winter suit just jumped off my roof onto my deck and landed on their feet. They were facing away from the house when they landed. Assuming it was a man who did that, we just got angry. Let me go say something to this motherfucker. Turn the doorknob. And as soon as I turned the doorknob, he turned around and looked at us. I stopped dead in my tracks. Oh my God. This is not a man. What is this? I could not speak. I was froze in the spot I was in. My eyes never left it, as if I was afraid to blink. I know my husband was looking at this too. Are you seeing this? I silently mumbled to him. Yep, he said quietly. Is it? Yep, he answered, as if he knew what I was going to say. A 1/4 inch of glass was all that was between us and this thing. Our door was a glass panel door. It had 15 8x8 boxes of windows. My kids can bust through this door if they really wanted to. That thing looked as if it could just walk through the door. It just stood there looking at us if we were crazy enough to come outside to it. It was solid black with big pointy ears, very triangular pointy ears, with just a little tip of hair sticking off the very tip of them. One was straight up and one was moving like it was flickering, kind of how horses do to get flies off of them. It was just flickering. Its eyes were a dark yellow-brown color with black pupils. No eye shine, just a glare from the porch light. All the yard and all the porch was lit up like day, so I got a full front and back view of this thing. So much I seen everything. And I see it every time I close my eyes. What gets me the most, how human-like it seemed. It looked as if it worked out, like it had a nice tight man boobs, like a guy at the gym would. It had what some seemed to be a six-pack with a very small waist. Odd for how big and wide the shoulders were. And it had shoulders and arms like ours too, but longer arms and broader shoulders. They seemed to go to his knees at least. That's where the fingers were. It had hands, skinny long fingers with 3-inch black shiny claws. They were claws on the tips of his fingers like bear claws attached to fingers. Its fingers seemed to have knuckles, but I'm not 100% sure. But it did have knees and very large muscular thighs. It had weird feet and legs, maybe like if a human had 24-inch feet and was standing on their tiptoes. That's what the bottom part of the leg looked like. But its feet wasn't only like 8 inches of the 24-inch extended part. Very weird leg. Someone said a hawk or a hawk. Not sure what that is, but it looked like a backwards leg on the bottom attached to the feet. Big head. It had a lion's mane around the jawline, I guess. A lot of hair, except on the snout and nose, and around the lips were shiny looking. Black. Teeth appeared yellow, but there were Christmas lights reflecting from them, so, I can't give an accurate color. Anyways, it was a Dogman. Or a werewolf, whatever. It wasn't maybe a Dogman or a werewolf. It was, in fact, 110% a Dogman or a werewolf. Very scary. I pissed myself. It was a creature, not a bear, not a black cat. It was a GD werewolf. What seemed like an hour, but was only 5 to 10 minutes. It finally turned and made some type of snorting, yelping sound and walked down the steps, kind of swaying from side to side as if one leg was shorter than the other. Or maybe it hurt itself jumping down. Who knows? All I know is that a Dogman climbed up a ladder that was leaned against my house, up to the roof, walked around up there for at least 45 minutes that I know of, probably a lot longer than that, and then it jumped off the roof onto my porch that is 15 feet down, and then it walked down my steps, 30 steps to the yard. It walked down the steps. How freaking creepy is that? We never seen it again, and I hope I never will. If I ever see it again, I promise you I will move. Home or no home, I will not put my children in danger. Since that day, we have fenced off our property with 12 feet fence, and all is electrified. I cannot deal with something that massive and that creepy. I will never, hopefully, see something like that again. Thank you, and have a great day. Well, that was one creepy story. How would you guys like to hear Santa Claus walking on your roof and come to find out it's a Dogman? It's a good thing he don't know how to come down the chimney, or hopefully he's too big. Nothing's creepier than have a Dogman walking on your roof. And can you imagine how smart it must be to climb up a ladder? But what gets me is, instead of going back down the ladder, it decided to jump on the deck. So, is it intelligent enough to go back the same way it came? Or did it not know how to get back on the ladder? Which was very creepy to me. Anyways, so you guys comment below. Tell me how you like these two stories. And these were two separate stories because these stories were a lot shorter than the first one. So just comment below. Tell me what you think. Hopefully we'll be getting better week by week. This is the second episode. And it did come a little early since I was running late on the first one. And I would like you guys to tell me what I could do to make the show better and what you would like for me to do. Give me some pointers. Give me some suggestions. I would love to hear from you guys. Also, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And eventually, I will be putting up a donation thing on YouTube. If you guys would love to help me, great. If not, don't worry about it. We'll still be here. So I look forward to seeing you next week. And I hope you enjoyed. And as always, take care. Don't go in the woods alone. And tune in next Saturday at 9 p.m. And if you want to, on Friday at 9 p.m., go to Dogman Radio Encounters and listen to Vic Cundiff. He's on every Friday night at 9 p.m. at www.dogmanradio or dogmanencountersradio.com. You can find him on podcast, or you can find him on YouTube, but YouTube is about 4 episodes behind compared to his podcast, and you will really love that show. And the Dark Waters channel, I'm going to attach it to my channel, but he has amazing Dogman show right now. It's called The Dogman Siege of Lockett Ranch. There's 3 parts. You guys will really love it. And I'm going to attach it somehow to my page so you guys can listen to it. It is awesome. And if I can find the dude and get his permission, I would like to tell the story myself for those of you who have not heard it. I'm not going to give it away. Go to the Dark Waters channel and look for Dogman Siege Lockett Ranch. Part 1, 2, and 3. And tune in to Vic Cundiff's Dogman Encounters Radio on the YouTube channel. And as always, thank you and good night. And I hope to see you next week. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and comment. Good night. Also, one more thing. If you need to get in touch with me, dogmanstories@gmail.com, or you can reach me on Facebook at Dogman Stories Community, or You can reach me at my own Facebook, Amanda Lawson. Good night, and I will see you next week.